I built my first teardrop trailer a few years ago, and 85% of the time when someone asks me what my favorite project I've ever made is, I pick that one. It was the culmination of years of daydreaming, a lifetime of enjoying the outdoors, and 3 weeks of 18-hour days in the shop, and upwards of $6,000. And ever since then, I've wondered, how possible is it to make a teardrop for under $1,000? And because I love nothing more than to torture myself, how possible is it to build it in just one weekend? The outdoors is for everyone, not just YouTubers with a shop full of sponsored tools and exotic hardwoods. So I challenged myself to do just that. $1,000, one weekend, and as many friends as I could convince to help me.
We literally had to invent a task just to give her a win. Where's the participation trophies again?
So I've been looking on like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and stuff for a 4x8 trailer, and I just can't find one. And so I'm getting my trailer from Harbor Freight, but if you live in an area that is maybe less urban, you could, I'm sure, find a used trailer for a very reasonable price. Walking into the store is like immediate distraction. Like I always forget what I came here for, and I'm like, ooh, sparkly. I do feel the need to clarify that the trailer itself is not part of the $1,000 budget that I gave myself, just because it's so variable wherever you live. $800 poorer. These got so expensive. I feel like last time I was looking at them, they were like $400. I bought the trailer, so no going back now. We're gonna build a foamy. Maybe it's cheating, but we are gonna start building the trailer ahead of time so that when the trailer build weekend starts, the trailer's already built. Is that cheating?
It's not cheating.
Just joining my trailer bits. Beautiful.
Bubba, what do you think?
What do you think? What do you think? He says good job. He's not stoked? Our project manager is not stoked?
Harbor Freight does a lot of things well, and instructions are not one of them.
Update. She got wheels! Look at her go!
First step to home on wheels. Wheels.
I've invited over a dream team. Yay!
We don't know if it's a good dream or a bad dream yet, though.
Ayo! And also, people will be coming and going all weekend. I sent out like a party invite and was just like, come when you can. So you'll see a rotating cast of characters. We will be building something called a foamy, which is a camper constructed almost entirely of pink rigid insulation foam covered in canvas and wood glue in a technique called poor man's fiberglass. So welcome to the build weekend, where I've assembled a motley cast of characters, all with the pursuit, honestly, of just having fun. I think I'm the only one who really wanted the trailer to get done.
You're back in here to draw out the cut list for the door and hinge, and then you're on foam. Jacob, you're gonna finish painting the bottom.
This is Madeline. She actually, we became friends because she was my TPM at Disney. And she is project management queen, hence the outfit.
No. This is my work uniform.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Every project manager wears this. You're just an amateur.
Our master plan divides the group into 3 teams. We have team 1 on plywood, team 2 on foam, team 3 is trailer, which is just finishing building the trailer, which I failed to do. And I guess team 4, the dogs, who have been assigned just being as good as possible. So is this the first time we've built anything together? Fuck, yeah.
That's why have we not built anything together?
I don't know. That's crazy. This is the first time we've like carried a piece of plywood together even.
We built a beautiful friendship together. That's nice.
Scraps immediately fell short on her mission of being good by running directly underneath the saw, so she had to get removed and put in a timeout. Now, the budget restrictions on this project gave me the budget for only 2 sheets of plywood, one of which needed to be the base that sits right on top of the trailer, which means for the entire rest of the trailer, I could only use 1 sheet of plywood. And I decided to build like a little kitchen storage area with that. So that's what Team Plywood is up to.
Good thing I've seen that kid.
Now, in theory, I'm team foam, but as the only person in this operation who knows where any of the tools live, I was kind of moonlighting on team plywood as well. So it took me a while to actually start working on foam.
Crank the heat, hold it for a bit, and then go for it.
How hot do you? I just cranked it up.
I put it in the middle, but just because it says ideally you don't want to be red hot, and you only want it to go for 15 seconds at a time because you can damage the part that actually holds the heating element. So it's kind of a heat, let it glide. The ideal cutting temperature, they say, it doesn't create smoke.
While I was experimenting with how to cut foam the most efficiently and effectively, Team Plywood was slapping on a bunch of coats of exterior paint onto the base. This is the part that's going to be facing the road, so it is really important that it gets protected really well. Brian in his natural habitat.
If you don't want to burn fabric.
Are you vegetarian? No, I'm not. Would you like a normal burger then, not an Impossible Burger? Yeah.
Would you like one that's possible?
Would you like one that's possible?
Probably anything unattended.
I'm still mourning my burger on that barbecue that I was like finally done cooking and I finally made something for myself. This little man.
It was like a shark attack video.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons that I wanted to build this project in the first place is because I've been feeling incredibly burned out from how long and solo the airplane build is. And so half the goal here was just to spend quality time with my friends.
So we have a top piece, front piece, and two sides for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's overhang. Are we glue screwing or just straight up pocket?
Yeah, maybe. Glue screw is a good idea. Yeah, glue screw.
Due to budget and time constraints, instead of having a full folding out kitchen the way that a lot of teardrop trailers do, I designed this single drawer that can slide out and also be the kitchen counter. And so Team Plywood is working on a little alcove for the drawer to sit on, as well as the drawer itself.
Is this when I pick it up and it all falls apart?
Hey! There we go.
Is there a top cover for that one? So
No, this is the top. So, and this is the housing for the other one. So
okay.
This will act kind of like a bench, and the interior of it will.
I'm gonna experiment with gluing foam bits together.
Now, this is the adhesive that a couple different foamy builders on YouTube suggested, and so I bought a can of it and decided, thankfully, to try it out on some scrap pieces before moving on to the main trailer.
Well, that eats away at the foam, so I'm glad I tested that. This is like what the foamy videos say to use. I'm so shocked. Look at this.
Is the goal with it in the videos that they melt into each other? Did that work? Or not really?
Not really. But look how much it melted away.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna ask if I was like, what kind of crazy glue are you using that doesn't melt?
Foam.
Yeah, yes.
So I put that problem aside and moved on to test fitting the window.
Damn!
And here, Jacob is starting to draw out the hole for the skylight that we're gonna cut, because in my opinion, there is no such thing as a good teardrop trailer that does not have a skylight, because the key to camping is being able to see the stars as you fall asleep. The budget skylight here is just a single sheet of 1/4-inch acrylic that's inlaid flush against the foam, and that'll get glued in, so it's not really removable or openable, but it's a skylight, so it doesn't need to be. The hot knife was really fun, but I got these sick jigsaw blades specifically for cutting foam, and they are awesome. If you're cutting foam, this is the way to go. Look how clean that line is. This teardrop trailer is extremely bare bones by design, but these little triangles off the end, I think, give it almost all of its character. So it was very important to me that they actually happen, and I did that by just gluing a triangle onto the end.
Aha! Yay! One done. What would make this go faster?
Another person.
Okay. I once I'm done putting away the food, I'll
Okay.
with that.
I'm also at a point where we can pivot.
Executive call, because this is my channel and I can do what I want. I have varnish lying around and it seems like a little bit of a shame to paint really nice maple plywood. So we're gonna varnish it, but I'm not gonna count it in the $1,000 budget because per plans, it would be painted. Is that
Executive decision.
whenever I make an executive decision, Madeline is floored.
Great. We're doing it.
Also, if we want to be extra, we could also edge band
Is that in the budget?
No, but this falls in the varnishing category.
It's like, whose line is it anyways? All the points are just made up.
All the points are made up anyway. The iron is already out, although the iron is being used. Although we could also relieve, I think Trevor should get pulled off of ironing duty for a little while, because he's just been cooking out there.
It's
Edge band.
it's a chore.
Okay, Trevor's off ironing duty. We also...
Just on edge banding ironing.
Yeah, Trevor, you want to do the edge band? We have a plan! This is so great. I'm so jealous. Is everyone having fun? Because I'm having so much fun.
Absolutely. I just really like how far team 1 is, and then Xyla, where are you? Hold on, let me just start. Nope, she's not there. Wait, nope. Oh my god, the pity check. We literally had to invent a task just to give her a win.
Turns out, I'm the least effective of all my friends.
Where's the participation trophies again?
In my defense, I've been grabbing things for people all day. And there was 3 people on this team and 1 person on this team. Just excuse it. You just slam like an excuses stamp over the top of it.
Nope.
I just can't help it. It's not in my nature to paint over wood. I'm sorry. We're going over budget on this one. It's not a requirement. It's not structural. We got team varnish. Madeline's locked in. Cannot be derailed. Cannot be distracted.
Thank you for coming to my ASMR channel. Stu, we were given executive redirection to paint first and then varnish.
Okay.
So we just have to do the inside of this.
Have you done it?
I like the way she asks if we've done these things as if, oh yeah, I just edge band all the time. My recreational edge banding.
What do you mean you don't recreationally edge band?
Shrunk. Apparently this stuff shrinks.
And once my friends were all safely settled into their nice tasks, it was time for me to break out the canvas and start getting ready to do the first of the poor man's fiberglass, or PMF.
So we're gonna start attempting PMF. I've never done PMF before, so don't use this video as gospel. This is kind of just me and my friends figuring it out as we go. But we're gonna start with a 1-to-1 on wood glue to water. So for those of you who don't know what PMF is, it stands for Poor Man's Fiberglass, and it's done in sort of the same process as fiberglass, which you've seen me do on this channel a lot of times, but with wood glue and canvas, so it's way cheaper. That looks pretty good, honestly.
What am I checking?
Fiberglass prep, iron canvas.
You ready?
Yeah. Heck yeah!
Water down glue?
Oh, we watered down the glue? Oh, Team Foam is back in action.
We some glue on foam, not all.
Well, not all of it.
20% of a check.
Boop. Perfect.
So the process I'm using for PMF here is to roll on a 50% glue, 50% water mixture, lay the canvas on, iron it on so that it's really nice and smooth. And then once that dries, go in and roll on another layer of 3/4 glue and 1/4 water.
And that's it on wood glue. And then I'm gonna switch to paint primer. And then they're gonna get a couple coats of like a primer water mixture to really seep in there. Because we're trying to do this in one weekend, sun is setting on day 1, and in an ideal world we can actually get this glued up into its assembly today so that the glue can dry overnight, and then we can do the PMF on the outside tomorrow.
Since I live in Los Angeles and it's like 20 entire degrees warmer if the sun is still out, it was all hands on deck to try to get as many layers of the wood glue down as possible while it was still light out so that it could dry. In order for the trailer base to sit flush against the kind of crappy Harbor Freight trailer, we needed to countersink where all of the bolt heads protrude up from the top of the trailer. And luckily, we thought to do this before assembling the entire trailer, because I'm a genius.
We're building this trailer out of insulation foam, but there's another type of foam we need to talk about, shaving foam. I stopped buying it forever ago because no matter how much I use, it never really felt like it's doing anything. Turns out, that's because it isn't. Shaving companies like to use the visual cue of the big white pillowy lather to make it look like your skin is being protected as you shave. But in reality, shaving foams are mostly air, and air doesn't reduce friction between your blade and your skin. That thick volume of foam is just obscuring how poorly your blade is working, meaning that this product that's supposed to prevent irritated skin and uneven shaves is actually contributing to those side effects. Thankfully, the aerospace machinists at Henson have used their physics expertise to create all the ingredients for a perfect shave. Their shaving cream prioritizes glide over volume, directly reducing friction and supporting the blade's movement instead of masking it. Paired with their razor, built with a single, precisely supported blade at optimal cutting angle, Henson's products give you the perfect shave every time. For an additional 10% off your Henson starter kit, which includes the shave cream, razor, stand, and blades, go to hensonshaving.com and use code Foxlin at checkout. Thank you, Henson, for sponsoring this video.
And then, since the plan is to fully build the trailer onto the piece of plywood and then put it on the actual trailer base, once it's done, it was very important to test fit said base and make sure it fits on the trailer before there's an entire camper shell attached to it. But first, the most important part of any project, feeding all of the wonderful friends who showed up on their weekend to help you build stuff. Truly. Thank you guys.
6'1".
6'1".
How tall are you?
6 foot.
All right, so +1. Working hard or hardly working?
We're at the point where we're just
difference?
measuring.
7.5. So
5, 7.
5, 7.5.
Yeah.
I did the poor man's fiberglass on the inside of all the panels before the panels were assembled because it's so much easier to do it when it's flat. But I do want to be gluing foam to foam when I glue it all together. So I just used a square to cut back 1.5 inches so that the edges can meet foam. After trying a couple of adhesives, the one I landed on was Loctite Peel 3000 foam board construction adhesive because it doesn't expand the way that like great stuff does, and it also doesn't melt the foam away the way that most spray adhesives do. I hadn't seen anything about this adhesive in anything I read about building a foamy trailer, which I find really surprising, but it worked super well.
Only needed a couple clamps.
Too late.
Hey, she's squared up now.
Yeah.
Assembling this was definitely the kind of task that was made infinitely easier by lots of hands. So if you're doing this, I do recommend inviting a bunch of friends over.
Fucking trailer.
For real. Good morning. It's the morning. I think that the ideal way to build this trailer is actually 2 weekends. Like, you get to this point the first weekend, and then the second weekend you take the clamps off once the glue has been drying for a full week. But I don't have that kind of time or that kind of patience. By next week, I will be distracted by a different project. So mining is not for the faint of heart. I'm gonna start taking the clamps off, and if it really starts flying apart, then I'll have to reevaluate. But see how it goes. That didn't like pull apart, so. Also, it does occur to me that I was like, you can build this for $1,000 and also $1,000 of clamps. But I think that if you have more time and more patience, then you can you don't need to use all these clamps.
As my friends trickled in the next morning, I got ready to paint the inside and do the poor man's fiberglass on the outside.
I'm kind of thinking about running a router along
the edges.
the edges. The annoying thing with the router, I think it'll route just fine. It's just that someone needs to be chasing with a vacuum cleaner or it's gonna be a disaster.
A mess.
It's gonna be just pink snow.
So close.
There was a way easier target right there.
Yeah. Some people take the easy way. Me.
With all the clamps and tape removed, I spackled any gaps in the creases. Now, the better way to do this would be to sand it, then spackle, then sand again, but I didn't have that kind of time, so I just went straight for the spackle, and it was fine. It's really just making it smoother to PMF2.
I hate 5-gallon buckets. Why do I ever buy these? It's because it's cheaper than buying 5 1-gallon buckets, but all my cardboard hoarding tendencies are finally paying off. All right, that's about 50-50. So I want this first couple coats to be pretty watery so that it really seeps down into the fabric.
Now the loose recipe I'm using for PMF is that the canvas got 2 coats of watered down wood glue to really seep in there, and then it'll get 3 coats of primer, the first one being 50-50 primer water, so it can like really seep into those gaps. The next one being 3/4 primer, 1 part water, and then the last one being entirely primer. So while we were waiting for spackle to dry, we did some painting, and now that we're waiting for paint to dry, it's time to sand the spackling. Truly a flawless execution of project management, if I may say so myself. So I gave all of that spackle a good sanding and then decided to round over the edges. And while I may be a newbie at PMF, I am no rookie at fiberglassing, and my many years of experience have taught me that hard angles are a no-go. And so I am just rounding over the edge of the foam so that the canvas can just gently sweep over and I won't get like a weird gap from the canvas not being able to make the corner.
This is so light.
Okay, let's cut the piece of canvas that goes front all the way over and back, and it'll wrap around the sides, so we'll like cut little slits in right here to hold it in on itself, and then we'll do the same thing up the sides, so the raw edge will be on the top and you won't really see it.
Now the hardest part here is actually the fact that we're doing it in pure sunlight, and so we're fighting the glue drying time on the wood glue. Even though the wood glue is watered down, the LA sun means business. Now that I'm watching the footage, I don't remember why we didn't just do this in my garage so it wasn't in direct sunlight, but you know, you live and learn. Another kind of surprising hack, I guess not that surprising, is that the iron is not hot enough to melt the foam. So ironing the canvas directly on once it's been glued is a really good way to make sure that all of the wrinkles are out, and it looks so much nicer.
Oh yeah.
Nice work.
That's why you joined the military. Learn how to iron.
Do you actually have to iron in the military?
All the fucking
Yeah.
I will say, doing the PMF on the back here by the door and with the inside angles like coming around that awning was by far the most frustrating part of the project. So if you are nervous about it, maybe skip the little triangles that extend, but I do think they're worth it.
This is absolutely fucking infuriating.
The worst part was probably the fact that we were doing this at high noon, so the glue was drying faster than we could get the canvas down. It really is awesome though to see how clean it looks all of a sudden once the canvas goes on. At this point, we moved it onto sawhorses so that we could divide and conquer as a group, with some people wrapping the canvas edges down the bottom and then some people painting the second coat of wood glue on the outside PMF.
Brian, when was the last time you had water?
Like 10 minutes ago. Whole bottle.
You had water.
Stay hydrated, baby.
Lemon or lime? Oh, it has to be lemon. Matches for sure.
Everyone else is having water. Come on, just do it.
Just sit.
You wuss.
For maximum weatherproofing, I wrapped the edges of the canvas all the way under the plywood base so that there would be no edges or gaps exposed to the weather.
A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, right there. Thank you.
Okay, so everything has been glued, sides, top, and bottom. The edges have been cut and the canvas has been trimmed. So it's drying. The next thing that was on the agenda was eating 3 ears of elote. So we got that. That one is that one is in progress. Fortunately, we were able to parallelize those tasks. So is the next step paint?
Or primer, but yeah.
Okay, primer.
Sorry, primer.
We are painting the inside and the outside. Got it. Okay.
The inside already has 2 coats that Zoe and I did this morning.
Okay, so it's gonna be all hands on primer, all hands on paint. Okay, all right.
We're just shaking it out. Right? Okay. And then do we do the whole like you go up? And this freaking little manila envelope.
Beep beep. it does feel pretty structural with all the canvas on it. All right, let's cut the doors and windows out and get painting.
Cut it out.
Younger.
Now, 5 hands make very quick work of paint, but unfortunately, 5 hands does not make the paint dry all that much faster.
I have a... Madeline, penny for your thoughts? Can I go bathroom?
It took us all the way until 9 p.m. to realize that I have a mini split in my garage, and so we could crank the heat inside and it would make the paint dry faster instead of trying to use my outdoor heat lamp on like one section at a time.
We could commit to the bit and just make it a dumpster.
Oh shit!
It's already got the color.
It's dumpster shaped too! You put a little like waste management logo on the side! With like a raccoon sticking out!
I'll save you the pain of watching us do 3 coats of paint and only make you watch us do 1 coat of paint.
Ready.
Now, the top lesson I learned from the last trailer I built is that buying doors and windows is so much easier. And these windows were $95 each. I got 2 of them, which means that I spent 1/5 of my entire budget for this camper on just purchasing windows. But the time it saved in the build, because my other goal was to also build this in 48 hours, made it super worth it.
We got window.
We got window! We got window, we got wall! And it's fucking hot in here. I wasn't feeling super good about the doors straight and foam, so I found these 3 pieces of scrap wood. I have no idea what they're from. Honestly, 50-50, they're like leftovers from building my last trailer. I'll glue them on the inside, and it doesn't really matter that they're... Oh, this is so hard to explain. And it's like 1:30 in the morning. It doesn't matter so much how well they're adhered to the foam, it's that it's gonna create a sandwich between the lip of the door and the wood. You'll see. It's gonna be great. Nice.
There we go.
Beautiful. So we're pre-drilling holes so that we can drive screws from the other side into the wood once it's in place.
Another thing to note when installing windows and doors and stuff on any kind of camper, sealant is your best friend. There is no such thing as too much caulk. Just go wild. And the skylight is attached by basically just dropping it into a really thick layer of caulk.
It is 3:20 in the morning, and
Yeah.
this thing did not exist 48 hours ago.
We done built it.
We done built it. Okay, it's Monday morning. I decided that a long weekend is still a weekend. And like, honestly, you could hit the road with this. Built this drawer. The idea was that it like sits in here, is on locking drawer slides, slides out, and then you have a kitchen counter top area and you have storage. But I have 2 problems. One is that I screwed up the cut list that I gave to the team that built this, and it's 1.5 inches too wide, so it doesn't fit with drawer slides in here. And 2, I didn't realize like the Harbor Freight trailer axle sits so centered. I really don't like how back weighted this trailer is. So, new plan. This is gonna become a tongue storage box. I just need to build a lid for it. And then over here, I've dug up a single piece of scrap wood that's gonna be a cabinet door. It's gonna fold out and lock in place to be the kitchen counter still. When I'm out camping in my teardrop trailer, the thing I use the most is just the flat surface. I like need somewhere to put my stove. So let's do it. Brian's first time using a table saw. Keep pushing, yeah. Nice job.
engineer here.
Did we cut it right?
Straight. Straight as the board.
Now, a key design feature that I would not let go of is I really wanted this to have an awning. And also I really wanted the awning to be candy striped, like very 50s retro. But anyway, the point is that I had this idea for a way to make a sliding awning out of just a couple pieces of conduit for $30. And it is my favorite part of the trailer, I will say.
I fear we're gonna have to cut this down a little bit more. I think you're right.
And how this works is it's just a little simple U-shape frame made of 1/2-inch conduit that slides into 3/4-inch conduit. So when you pull the awning out, you just pull the whole U-shape out. And obviously I could have cut the awning out with scissors if you don't have a laser cutter, but I do have a laser cutter and I really wanted to use it and get this perfect scalloped edge. So sue me, I used an expensive tool on a really cheap project. With the awning cut out, all I had to do now is sew little loops onto the sides so that I can go over the side pieces of those pieces of conduit that slide out of the bigger conduit, and then a like tube for the front piece to slide into. All right, the scope creep monster has come out to play. I think we're out of the scope of the like one weekend $1,000 build. I mean, this doesn't cost any money, but it's Tuesday. I've been hoarding all this packing material, I don't know, from like my TV. I have no idea what this is from. But it's been sitting in my shed for a year. So I just cut some, I'm gonna spray mount it on there. And the reason I am upholstering the top of the tongue box is because it is actually the perfect height to be a seat for the little fold-out table on the back of the trailer. And upholstered, it matches the awning, which is just too cute. Table, and you can store like your stove and kitchen stuff down here. But watch this tongue box. Is quickly removable. Getting to build this trailer with my friends was a huge step in recovering from burnout for me. So as a thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members who have supported me even when my video output slowed down, I wanted to give it away to one of you. Leave a comment on the Patreon or YouTube members only post about this video telling me what kinds of adventures you'd take this foamy trailer on. And at the end of the month, I'll give this trailer to whoever leaves my favorite answer. The only rule is that you have to be a patron or member able to pick it up yourself in Los Angeles. So if that's a drive you can make, then please throw your hat in the ring. But if you can't enter the contest or don't win, don't worry. Just make your own. It's less than $1,000. More info in the description. Thank you so much for your support and good luck.